Scenario.
Santa Cruz, you're next.
Good morning. It seems to me that on this show, all we ever see assembled are three members of the mainstream, corporate-owned, government-friendly press. I think it would be far more interesting to your audience, and if you can see that most of your callers this morning, or a high percentage of your callers, are talking about the October surprise, and they're very concerned about it, and I don't sense that level of concern in the three panelists that you have assembled there.
Well, let me just take you on a little bit on this. First of all, this is always, this program's been in existence for about 10 years. It's always been the same. We have people from the alternative press on a lot of different times. Callers don't necessarily represent the United States. Only 3% of our viewers call. It's easy for people to, if they decide they want to raise an issue, to all gang up on the phones here and push through on an issue that particularly interests a certain special interest group. So having said all that, what's your reaction?
Well, you think that this October surprise and the people that are concerned reflect a special interest group?
I have no idea. I just said that those are just the facts of the matter on something like this. You never know. This is nothing scientific about this program. It doesn't represent anything other than happened this morning. There are 7 telephone lines here that those people are getting through on these phones, and for all we know, people aren't interested at all in that issue or anything other than that issue are calling. So it's there's no way to know whether this represents any, it's not a scientific poll. Nancy?
Well,
I just wanted to say that I think Michael's point made earlier that we're waiting, the media waiting for the Democrats to get organized and take this issue on, is actually what's happening in Washington now. And the House leadership is investigating Gary 6 charges and trying to decide how to run with it. Calling witnesses, investigators are out talking to people. So there are a series of hearings in the works, and we're just waiting for the series of hearings to begin. And I think once they do start, there will be a lot of media coverage. There will be a lot of TV coverage and coverage by the print media.
And let me tell our caller a couple other things. First of all, at 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock your time in Santa Cruz on Sunday, the October surprise hearing that was held this week will be shown so you can see it in its entirety. Barbara Honegger, who has written the book, as you well know, out from your area of the country, has been on a call-in show here. So has Christopher Hitchens and others. So we've had plenty of talk about this. Is it you are upset because this thing isn't sticking, I assume?
Well, I've seen Christopher Hitchens on your show, and I'm not at all suggesting that C-SPAN is biased. I don't believe that for a minute. But as far as this particular program, which I watch every week, seldom, and I think your audience would agree, seldom do we ever see anyone on this panel that represents the alternative media. And I think for balance and fairness and objectivity, you need to have that.
Well, this program is essentially what you said it is. It's the establishment press who report for major newspapers around the country who appear here every Friday. We have many other programs where we bring people on who are the alternative press.
I know that.
And this is a program that are people here who report for the Boston Globe or the Copy News Service or Time Magazine to have a chance for you to talk to them. And I mean, you're getting your point across, I assume.
Sure. Well, I would just like to, I just don't sense, and I think a lot of your listeners or a lot of your viewers are going to agree, I don't sense a real concern in the members that are assembled there. And I think the seriousness of this October surprise issue, I would think we'd at least see more concern out of these three people, and I don't think we are seeing that at all.
All right, let me ask you again, though. Well, he's gone.